Hello everyone, it's Luigi filling in from Felix here, and normally I'm just sitting in his background, and he doesn't know I'm alive, but today we're here to look at 10 plus tips and tricks for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So without further ado, let's...
You're alive?
Oh no!
Anyway, as many of you may know, when you complete a level fully in the stage selector, you'll get a little tick that shows, well done, you did it. But did you know that you can actually use this to your advantage to find secret exits of a level? Yes, because even if you collected everything, the big purple coins, the wonder seeds, reached the top of the flagpole, well, sometimes the tick is just not there, and that means, well, you have a secret exit to find. Next in line is that this game actually has a menu that shows every moveset available to you, but it's hidden a bit away. So if you go into the control guide, there it will show the controls for just the Joy-Con, and these are just basic controls, sprint, jump, holding an item, that yada yada. And if you go to the second page, that's just the same thing but for single Joy-Con. So you might not even bother to go to the third page because you just think, maybe that's just a pro controller, I don't know. I know the basic controls, let me just get back to playing. But no, if you go to the third page, that's where we have the action guide, and here we have the full moveset of the game, and I actually learned quite a lot going in here. I don't know why they hid it away like this, but maybe you're new to this game and just want to learn some new controls, or you've maybe just forgotten some of the moveset available to you. The action guide is your place to go. Now this next tip I learned the hard way, unfortunately, and that is that purple coins max out at 999. Why was I at that high of a number? Well, I actually don't know. I thought I had spent quite a lot in the shops, but suddenly I just realized that my counter wasn't going up, and all the purple coins that I was around collecting, well, they were of no use. So don't make my mistake. Go spend those purple coins on badges, wonder seeds, standees before it's too late. This next tip is really short and you might not use it a whole lot, but if you're pushing a pipe and hold down the dash button, you will push the pipe harder, meaning you'll be doing it faster, meaning you'll save some precious little seconds. It's not a lot, but it's still just worth knowing that you can do it. In previous Super Mario Bros. Games, if you had a powerful power-up like the propeller helmet and then grabbed the super acorn, then the propeller helmet would be discarded and boo-hoo for you. But in Wonder, that power-up will be stored and you can bring it up again by holding down A, and this little balloon appears and you get the item. But that's not the tip I'm trying to get at here, because you can essentially swap power-ups, which is just really convenient. Well, let's say you're Elephant Mario, but you also want to become Drill Mario later in that level. Well, just store a drill power-up, go to the point that you want to use it, and then just hold down A, and when you grab that power-up, they will just switch around, and you can do this as many times as you want. Just be aware, if you already have a drill power-up and then grab another one, that elephant fruit will unfortunately be replaced. So it's just something to keep in mind if you're planning on using this tactic. The next couple of tips will be in the settings, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is just you can modify your controls to a great extent. So if you don't like the playstyle you have right now, well, you can change it. You have the usual, dash and jump button that you can change around, but then you also have ground pound controls. Let's say you don't want to ground pound when you push the left analog stick down, well, you can change it so it only happens when you press down the ZL button. Similarly with the motion controls, which are on a default, if you shake your controller, you'll do the little spin jump, but maybe you shake a lot around when you're playing and you don't want that to happen, well, you can just turn it off. Staying on customizing controls, let's talk about the rumble for a second, because there's a really cool fact that I just want to highlight in case you didn't know. Now, you can have it a normal rumble, strong rumble, off plus no sound, weak plus no sound. What does this mean, no sound? They don't produce any sound, do they? Well, actually, in this game, the Joy-Con make music. And the best way to show this is that we're going to turn the music all the way down and just take a listen to this. When we run across those musical blocks, you can hear the controllers making music. How cool is that? It's not something that you usually pay attention to because you have the music very loudly, but it's just such a cool fact. It's really cool that they took the time to implement this into the game. And, now that you know about it, we'll just go tell people this awesome little fact. Let's talk about the talking flower for a second, because I feel like people are really split on this. Some people like them, others hate them, but there's luckily settings to please everyone. You can either just turn their voices off completely and just have the text there if you think they're really annoying. Do the complete opposite, have the voices there and not the text cluttering up the screen. Or you can just leave it as it is at default, which is the way I do because I just think they are very charming. But maybe you want voice acting but you don't want it in English, well you can change the language of the talking flowers to basically talk gibberish if you pick a language that you really just don't understand. It's just really nice that they're including these options. Nintendo, keep on going that path, more customization. I don't think anyone is complaining about this. And the final tip in the settings menu is that now you've customized your controls, you're happy to go back into the game, well, be aware to not click the default settings button, which is X. If you do, you would probably think that it would say, do you really want to revert to the default settings? But there's no pop-up. It just reverts back to default. I was just really surprised because I had these settings that I really liked and then I accidentally pressed X and the settings just defaulted without any warnings or anything. So if you have some modified settings that you really like, just don't press the X button. All right, we're back into the playing field. Wait, what's this? A hidden block. A hidden Luigi block. Yeah, I play as Luigi, but every character in the game will have their own hidden blocks that will only reveal to that character you're playing. So it's actually worth it to try out some different characters to see if you can find some of these hidden blocks. This is especially useful in those search puzzle stages where you have to go and find 5 flower coins, and these can be really well hidden because you have to find these secret hidden blocks. Now, I was really struggling on one. I just couldn't find the last coin, but I went out of the level, entered with yellow toad instead, and suddenly that hidden block that I was looking for just appeared before my eyes and I could complete the level. It was really nice. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't find these hidden blocks without those characters. It just means you can't see them, thus making it infinitely harder to find these hidden blocks, and these are scattered throughout every level. So yeah, I would just incentivize you to experiment a bit with your character selection. But there's actually an easier way to do this, and that is with the online mode. So in the overworld, you will be roaming around with loads of goats. Goats? Did I just say goats? So in the overworld, you will be running around with a lot of ghosts, and if you enter level, 3 of them will enter with you. And here you can help each other find these hidden blocks. But the online mode is also just really good if you're struggling in the game. The way you help each other out is that, let's say you die, well, some of the other players may have put down these standees, and if you can get to one of those, or one of the players themselves, well, you get revived. So others help you can help others by putting down these standees, and yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. It's really easy just to set up. You go to one of these little stands in the overworld, or just go into the settings and click this little button. Yeah, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Nintendo did an awesome job of implementing online in a really unique way that helps you if you're stuck, so yeah. And the last tip on this list is that when you're running around with all those ghosts, well, maybe you want some way of communicating with them. Well, you may have just found out by running around in the overworld by yourself and then pressing X, that a little speech bubble with a happy smiley face appears. But what if you don't want just a smiley face? Well, you can customize this. If you hold down X, there comes up a little menu where you can choose one of 4 characters, and the one you select is the one that becomes default when you just press X. Oh, I lied. I actually have one more last thing to show you, but this isn't really a tip or trick, it's just something that I found out here the other day. And that is, if you hold down the sprint button without going to any direction, your character will go from their idle animation to this angry animation. Just look how angry Luigi looks here. It's wonderful. I love that I can just change that on command with a little push of a button. It's really fun. I haven't really seen anyone talking about it. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Those were the 10+ tips and tricks for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And yeah, do you have any tips or tricks yourself? Well, leave them down in the comments below for everyone watching. And that way we just have one big place of tips and tricks for Super Mario Wonder. I mean, that just sounds like the dream, doesn't it? If you like this video, don't forget to wonder about that subscribe button. Maybe wonder if it's subscribed. I think it should be. And don't forget to check out our website, nintendolife.com, for all sorts of Nintendo-related content. Stay safe, play some Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and we'll see you in the next one. Felix from Nintendo Life, out. Hey, Ice Luigi, are you alright?